time. It took me so long getting back to my right mind. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my...
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the Houston Texans. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Good, 180! Watching you guys. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still...
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
On second down, it's Hunt. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
I got you, boy. Hurry! You got motion man right there.
They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And Hunt is not going to get there. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. After last week's loss, you bet this offense probably wanted to come out with a little more fire than a 3-and-out.
And I'm sure that people are saying, hey, come on, Coach, what was the pregame talk? Have these guys ready to go? But you and I both know it goes into preparation and practice and being ready to go. That gives you the confidence to come out and play. They've got to find that and fast.
Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Squeeze, double. Check. He's crashing. Let's go.
They'll run for the first time with Peyton Barber. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down.
Get him. Check 53.
Out of the gun, Watson. He completes it to Abdullah. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
A first carry for Amir Abdullah. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. It looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. 66. Pull it. High. 56 the mark, boys. 55. 6.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Watson, and they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Denzel Ward right there in coverage to get the hand in. The secondary, Charles, much maligned during the week. They didn't have their best game in the loss last week, but a nice play there.
Yeah, and I just know what they went through last week. I mean, ever since that time, their pride was hurt. They kept getting reminded of it in the local media, had to watch it on tape, and, you know, the coaches just got after them. They came in ready to play.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10.
Let's make these babies cry. 24. Kill, 9. Kill. Turn 25. Kill.
A shotgun snap for Watson, escaping the pressure right. And Eifert has it. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one goes for 30 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins. His 6th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And it's now a... So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive.
Sometimes it absolutely serves Jack that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And a loose football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Let's go.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Hey, they're scared. Check nickel.
A A first carry now for Kofrani Muhammad. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Throwing, Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. Incomplete. Both players were there offensively and defensively, but it falls incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And the magnitude of this game, everybody knows it. The fans, obviously the players and coaches, there's just with them a palpable buzz right now. They know they control their own destiny.
Win and you're in. And I think every player wants that. I think every coach wants that. I haven't been an organization yet that wants to be in a game where they have to rely on other teams to get them to their goals. In this situation, it's very cut and dry. Win and you're in the playoffs. That's their mission, that's their challenge, and you know they've chosen to accept it.
And what they told us is this has been the most focused week of practice we've had all year. You wouldn't expect any different.
Yeah, and you know, at the beginning of the season, you have multiple goals. They just have one now, win the game.
Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Alert. Watch it. Check. Line up, go.
Mostert. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Alert 3.
Here's Mostert. Sheldon Richardson there to make the play.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. He's got Fuller. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down. On 1st down, Abdullah. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
This is Mostert. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Raheem Mostert, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. And they drew up the counter there. It worked. They're glad they drew up the counter.
And a lot of times what you're trying to do is just simply get the defense moving in one direction. It doesn't take much. Even 1 step's enough. Get them going in one direction and then cut back against the grain and let your running back finish it off and get the work done.
Let's go, man. Let's go.
The Browns drive about to get started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the 1st half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Set, 180.
3rd and short yardage. Mayfield. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a 1st down for them, too.
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Mayfield. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 39.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And again, it's Mayfield. He finds Taylor, complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Hey, Charlie.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Not sure what you're thinking here, partner, but I believe the officials have done a nice job here getting together and then coming out and indicating that there was a receiver in the area.
Absolutely, and he was in the area. Correct call made, no grounding. On 2nd and 10, Watson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Myles Garrett in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans.
Be ready, be ready. Check. 53's Mike. 53's Mike. Rip right. 53's the Mike. 53 and go.
3rd and long. It's Watson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Myles Garrett, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Browns drive about to get started. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Mayfield looks to throw. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. They'll run on first down. Hunt. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Mayfield. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Hey, Haywood. It's going to be a long day. Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 50.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Check 50, check.
Pistol. I got it.
They go play action. Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. He got 29 yards that time. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
On first down, it's Hunt. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet, as they come up now 2nd and inches.
Hurry! Give me that ball, defense! Give me that ball!
Point it right.
6 guys!
Mayfield gives this one to Hunt, and he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. They come out here in the eye. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Check!
Alert! Hey, alert! Hurry!
Stay at home,
And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. That's going to set them back 5 yards. The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for 1st and goal.
Get that quarterback, D-line! D-line, get that 55's my guy, 55. I'm coming.
To throw, Mayfield. Forced out to his left. He'll run it. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. Baker Mayfield, as the first half is winding down, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
It moves to second and 10.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10. Throwing again is Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Tedrick Thompson picks it, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
That's track. Whip. Watch the whip.
Now Mostert. Space to maneuver at the 40. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Check. Fresno. 26. Fresno. Watch out. Slam.
Working, they'll stick with it on first down. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
26.
Watson on first down. He'll check this one down to Barber. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
How about that shuffle pass? Or if you want to call it the shovel pass, that's fine too. That's one of those plays that you take a little bit of risk there because you're trying to throw the ball into the middle of the field where a lot of big bodies lurk, and they can knock it away, pick it off, but they were able to execute it successfully on that play.
He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Raheem Mostert, his second touchdown of the night. And the Texans push further out in front. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
We ain't giving up nothing today.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Hey! Watch the slant! Watch the slant!
They'll run on first down. Hunt. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
65. Mike, 55. Right there. Regular. Watch twins.
Hey!
Go.
On third down, here's Hunt. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down. Here's Jamie Gillendown as he's on to punt for Cleveland. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad.
Is that Woody
he would have
Hayes?
kept it on the ground.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me. To the car. To the boys down. He's coming. To the boys down. He's coming.
Off of play action, it's Watson going deep for Hopkins. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
Ready? Watch this.
And they give this time to the tailback. And a short gain down to about the 33. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Come on, come on. Dash, dash, dash. Go, go, go.
Now a give, right side. Bradford. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down.
I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
From the gun, here's Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Texans send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Mayfield. It's caught by OBJ. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
First down, Cleveland.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. They'll get this out wide to Taylor. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. Mayfield off the play fake. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 24-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Again, they'll run it with Mostert. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
53 the mic. 53. 53's the mic. 53. Check 53. Watch the pass. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because it nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Hey, back up. 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. We own them. We own them. 53 is the mic.
Mayfield to throw it. And he finds Seals-Jones complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Throwing, Mayfield. He finds his target, Beckham. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Those short little routes probably going to be open. The defense, they'll let those happen, especially when they can make an inbounds tackle.
Yeah, where's Coach Madden when you need him? He always talked about taking what the defense gives you, but sometimes you have to know when you have to take more. That was one of those situations.
And this shot downfield on 2nd down is brought in. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 35. Mayfield now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Mayfield with it once more. And he's got the hook up to Landry.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your #1 cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They run with Hunt. And he's got some space here. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the red zone now, Mayfield. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score.
Hey, alert, 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 alert.
They'll try to run with Hunt. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll run again with Hunt. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Kareem Hunt with touchdown number 12 on the year as his guys are back within a single score. They do tack on the extra point as well, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So a 7-point game, they'll need a recovery, the touchdown, and an extra point to tie. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Now the Browns will use the 1st of their 3 timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.
Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
Check 31, check 31. Under 10, under 10, 10. Hey, 54. 24.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53.
And Watson's going to throw it here. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now they try the right side here. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long.
Hey. Check 26, check 26.
Check 13. Check 13.
31. Joker.
Now a handoff here to his running back. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. The Texans send the punter out. He's been terrific so far. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle. They couldn't get it done, however.